Hello pilots, I'm Wes from MotionRC.com, and today we are checking out the all-new version 2 Eurofighter Typhoon. It's been a very popular aircraft in the Freewing lineup, so to see it get all of the latest upgrades is a welcome change, and today I'm going to show you all around this model. Alright, so let me take you around the all-new Eurofighter Typhoon. So let's start up on the nose. The aircraft does have a removable magnetic nose cone, just as the old version did. Moving back from there, we're going to come to the Canards. Now the Canards were changed from version 1 to version 2. Not in physicality, but in the way they are programmed. Out of the box now, the Canards only work in the elevator access, just like the real aircraft. I know a lot of customers wanted to see this out of the box, and this change was made on this new version. And it does not require any additional programming on the user's part. It is all pre-done for you through the gyro. Speaking of the gyro, the new version 2 also comes with the Freewing EG01 gyro pre-programmed in the model to make it fly absolutely perfect right out of the box. All you need to do is put that on a 2 or 3 position switch on your transmitter. If you put it on a 2 position, it does come stock with only on and off for stabilization. If you do want a recovery mode, you're going to need a Blue Bridge gyro programming card in order to enable that. Now, if we move up a little bit, we're going to come to the canopy of the Eurofighter. And as you can see, the inside of it is cladded in plastic to help try and keep the gatoring to a minimum if you were to leave this out in the sun. You can also see the canopy is surrounded in black now. Now, speaking of the black, you'll see that it is that new paint job for the 100th anniversary. You're going to see that black continues all the way down the aircraft and up the vertical. The nice thing is I did go fly this a whole bunch and it's been holding up pretty well. I still wouldn't recommend leaving this one in the direct sun for too long because it could cause some bubbling on that black part of the aircraft. Now, moving back a little bit further, you're going to come to some of the details around this aircraft, like the inlet duct that is cladded in plastic and really well modeled in this aircraft. You also have these forward strakes that are underneath the cockpit detail that are really nice, and right above those are the formation lights. Now, on the original version, these were just stickers. Now on this version 2, you are going to get the true navigation lights on this aircraft. So it has a full lighting package. So the 2 up on the nose, you have the 2 formation lights on your vertical tail, and you also have formation lights out on the wingtips now, along with your strobes and navs, just like always. And it does have 2 landing lights on the bottom. I have to say, the landing lights on this airplane, you can really see it when it's coming in. This airplane likes to come in kind of a high angle of attack. They're very visible, and I will say the lighting package in general on this aircraft is truly stunning. The only thing I might add to it to make it even that little bit better is a Freewing tail flame afterburner, of course. It would only make this model better, so if you want one, go on and put one of those in your cart while you're checking out at MotionRC.com. Now, as we move down the back of the aircraft, you still have the throttle activated cheater holes up on the top of this aircraft, so the more throttle you get, the more they open up. Pretty cool, so it keeps the top of the deck looking clean, it keeps the cheaters off the bottom of the aircraft, but lets it get that additional air into the fan and give this thing the performance it needs. Now, up on that rear back, you still have your working air brake, so you just sit this on any 2 position switch, and you need positive 100 and negative 100% travel on your 2 positions to make this open and close. It is not variable in the middle. It's either going to be fully open or fully closed. But yeah, the aircraft flies fine with it up. I usually land with it up because it looks cool. But you really don't see a noticeable change in the way the aircraft flies with the air brake deployed. It may slow down just a touch better, but that's about the only difference. It's really for cool. Now, another big change that a lot of customers really wanted on this one is a ability to move your CG further aft in this aircraft. Now, this was accomplished by moving all of the electronics up into the forward section of the battery hatch, and now you can actually get that battery up under the turtle deck of the back of the aircraft, thus making it to where we don't need those little metal weights that came with the original version to put in the tail. Now you can just slide the battery back to hit those CGs that are way further back that everybody wanted. Speaking of CG marks, it does still have the CG printed under the wing. It is in the same location. It is a very safe place for your first initial couple flights. Then you can move your battery back aft as you go. I will say I've flown with this with the battery all the way back at the back with the gyro on. It is very controllable and enjoyable to fly it with a really far aft CG in this aircraft. As always though, start with it on the recommended marks on the wings. It's gonna make it fly just fine. You're gonna have no problem landing it. And then as you wanna go into some more aggressive high alpha maneuvers, move that battery back a little bit more and more as you get more comfortable with this aircraft. Now, let's get to the wings on the Eurofighter. Now, one of the things I didn't love on the last version, it took 6 screws to take the wings on and off. Well, those are gone now, and we have the same quick release wing mechanisms that we've been seeing in all the aircraft. So this makes it where you can get those wings on and off in a jiffy and take this thing out to the field, no issue now. This Eurofighter does share the exact same ordnance package that came on the original version. So for any of the customers that have the original, you can mix and match some of your original ordnance with your new aircraft, and or you can still get any of these components for the old aircraft to put on here. The landing gear have also not changed, so these should all work in both versions of the Eurofighter. They were great landing gear to begin with, so there really wasn't improvements to make on this portion of the aircraft. Assembly of the Eurofighter is really straightforward. You just have a few screws, and then you need to glue on the tail, rear section, and the landing hook underneath. Pretty darn simple assembly on this, but if you want to go see it, we have a full video. We'll link it for you. And yeah, it's nothing to put in this one together, guys. It's been getting easier and easier by the moment. Now let's talk about the rates for your Eurofighter. On your elevator, I have 40 millimeters of deflection for my elevator in high rate. And then I have 35 millimeters in mid rates. And finally, we have 25 millimeters for my low rates. Now for the ailerons, I will warn you, they're pretty sensitive on this aircraft. So I have 35 for my high rate, and it will get your attention on that 35 millimeters. Then for my mid rate, I have 30 millimeters, which is gonna be plenty for your first flight. And you could even kick this down to your low rate, which is 25 millimeters. For the rudder channel, I leave 100% throw, but I run 35% expo. And up on the front, something I forgot to mention earlier, but it is mixed into the gyro now that you have a steering gyro on that nose wheel that's gonna keep this thing tracking perfectly straight down the runway. Now there are 3 different versions of the Eurofighter, so let's go over what's included in each version. The first version, and the most popular for most customers, is our 6S version of the Eurofighter Typhoon. This is gonna come with everything included except for your transmitter, your receiver, and your battery and charger. Outside of that, everything is pre-installed from the lights to the servos to the landing gear. All you need to do is put it together and go enjoy this aircraft. The 6S version has a 36, 68, 1980 kV brushless in-runner motor with a 12-bladed 90mm EDF fan. The 6S also has the 120 amp ESC that is shared across all versions of this model. It is the same versus the 8S versus the 6S. The only difference is going to be the motor. The motor for that 8S version is the 4075 1350 kV brushless in-runner motor, and you will need a series adapter in order to use this. If you're going to use any of our mixture of batteries, whether it's a 2S LiPo and a 6S LiPo or 2 4S batteries, you will need to get that adapter also when you're checking out the aircraft. The last version of the Eurofighter is the ARF version. Now this is going to come with all electronics installed, like I said, for the lighting and the landing gear, but you will not get a motor or ESC. So if you have an old crashed airplane or a motor laying around somewhere that you want to put into this aircraft, this is the way you're going to do it. Well, pilots, it's been my absolute pleasure to show you around the all-new version 2 Eurofighter today. If you're interested in these are now in stock and shipping to customers, and I cannot wait to see everybody getting this new version, enjoying the lighting package, all the mixing done for you. Everything is just that much better. Quick connect wings. Anyway, all right, guys, if you want one, check out the product page here at motionrc.com. And as always, whether it's air, land, or sea, you can get it right here at Motion RC. See you the next one, guys. Bye.